Welcome back to Diablo Immortal. Today we're going to be talking about the new Shadow War system that was implemented into Diablo Immortal with the most recent update. Now it's worth noting that no one has actually seen or felt this yet because there hasn't been any mechanic that would engage the new system. That's because we have no turnover from Shadows to Immortals or Immortals to Shadows yet. But that will be coming as early as next week in some servers across the world. But until then, we want to get a better understanding of what these brackets could look like. And Red October did a whole bunch of research and put together a blog post right here that I'm sharing with you today that takes you through all the details of what this could actually look like. Now, I did get on a phone call with Red. He told me all of the process that he went through and what he understands regarding this bracket and how he anticipates it's going to look in Diablo Immortal. Now, whether this is going to be happening on your server next week or your server in a month from now, we will have distinct answers to what this is going to look like, as some clans on some servers somewhere are going to experience it, and it will be sent out through the internet. Now, this is a blog that Red October has that breaks down all different elements of Diablo Immortal, update information, just regular how-to information and things like that. This is something that's very much needed in the space, so I want to share it with you today. I will be giving you guys a link in the description, and I highly recommend you bookmark that link and consistently come back to check out what he has going on next. So first of all, he breaks down what a Swiss tournament actually looks like. And this graphic right here basically shows how the system works. But he goes on to discuss that Swiss tournaments are frequently used in chess tournaments, but also other online games. When I was speaking with him, me being someone that's done a lot of esports casting, I never really understood and knew the whole Swiss system. I actually was a phys ed teacher and coach as well, and we never did Swiss brackets. But now that I look back, maybe some of the esports related content that I was casting was actually done in a Swiss method. Let's read on. A presumption of the competitors is there is a higher number, more than 4, and the skills are wide. Players are good, bad, and all in between. The goal of the tournament style is players complete the tournament in a final place similar to their seed spot. Ideally, higher seeded players aren't knocked out too early compared to single elimination tournaments like March Madness. So you're gonna get more opportunity to play. We heard about this and understood this from the blog post. Also, if a player is mid-seeded, they finish in the middle rank even if their first battle was against a higher seeded player. Best implementation of Swiss tournament seeds 8, 16, 32, 64 teams, but various are available from other side groups as well. Here is how the tournament is set up. Rank all competitors by their expected finishing place. It can be done in many ways, such as finishes in previous tournaments or other players' placements placement of a player. Getting the exact place isn't as important as an approximation, just kind of setting things up initially. Then, set brackets as one team from the top half against one team from the bottom half. He's seen this done in 2 different styles, highest versus lowest, or the closest match. In highest versus lowest, the highest ranked team is most likely going to win their first pairing. In the closest match, brackets are selected in corresponding spots to ensure the closest match. This would ensure a fairer fight in round 1. And he has right here an example of what it would look like. We got 100 Thieves and a bunch of esports teams on here versus other teams. Number 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, 3 versus 14, and so on. And then you have the round breakdown, 1 versus 9, 2 versus 10, 8 versus 16. You could kind of get an idea of what this is looking like right here. That's the closest match, round 1, and this is the best versus worst seed. So 2 different variations right there. For consistency and ease of discussion, let's assume 8 ranked players are paired in closest match. It would be seed 1 versus 5, 2 versus 6, 3 versus 7, and so on. Results are given points according to the tournament rules. In round 2, winners bracketed together and then non-winners. Each bracket group is set either high versus low rank or closest match. Assume higher seeded teams end up winning. Then we have seed 1 versus seed 3. Seed 2 versus seed 4, both of them are winners. And then you have seed 5 and 7, they had lost. 6 and 8, they had lost. They would then face off against one another. After round 2, seed 1 beat 3, and seed 4 beats seed 2. Their ranking would be seeded 1, 2, 0, seed 4, 2, 0, seed 2, 1, 1, seed 3, 1, 1. Hopefully with all these numbers throwing around, it makes sense. Tiebreaker on win records is determined by seed position. Similar results in lower brackets. Seed 5 loses to seed 7, and seed 6 beats seeds 8. Their final positions are seed 6, 1-1, and seed 7, 1-1, seed 5 and 8, both 0-2. To determine the ultimate tournament winner, the competitors are regrouped 2-0, 1-0, 1-1, and 0-2. Special note, seed 2 already played seed 6 in round 1. Duplicate competitions are avoided when possible, and that was said in the blog post. So it's 1 versus 4, and you could see the grouping right here, how it's going to be going and grouping them based off of their wins versus losses. Tournament first and second is determined by 2-0 group. Third and fourth are the winners of 1-1. And what you're basically seeing here, without me just verbatim reading what he's writing here, is that they're pairing players and teams together that have similar records and that have similar experiences throughout. If they are losing a lot, they're going to be paired with others that are losing a lot, making for better war matches, which is exactly what we want. We want fun and competitive matches. Whether you're at the top fighting other top players, or whether you're at the bottom fighting players that really aren't that great, at least you all can then have a competitive match. When pairing isn't possible, the highest seed from the next lowest group is moved up to complete brackets. In the event no one is left for pairing, the competitor is given a bye for the round, and a bye is awarded only once to a single competitor. So now the question is, what could this look like inside of Diablo Immortal itself? And, well, this is what we have. Out of transparency, Red states, at the time of posting, I'm working on assumptions and what is posted in the blog from the 23rd, which is Blizzard's blog, which we discussed earlier in the week. So there are a few assumptions that he's come up with. 1, the blog post suggests there will be 2 tournament brackets, top 10 shadow clans and everyone else. Clans that are ranked in the top 10 are placed in a protected matchmaking pool. What this means is they can only face off against each other. Those top 10 are going to be fighting each other. They're not going to be fighting anyone else that is part of these brackets. Assumption 2, brackets are set, closest match to keep pairings most interesting. Assumption 3, especially for the first week of the new Immortal reign, initial seeding is based on shadow ranking. But this could still work if seed ranking is totally random. Assumption 4, per the Swiss style tournaments, when a score group has an odd number of clans, the clan with the best shadow rank in their next lower scoring group, 1 win, 1 loss versus 2 wins, 0 losses, will be moved up to complete brackets. Now, he has a few facts that he states here as well. 1, clans will earn 3 points for a win and 1 for a loss. This was stated by Blizzard. 2, each clan will need 30 players to register. Fact. Registration will be automatic, and the clan leader must intentionally turn registration to manual. So if you don't want to register, make sure you go to change it to manual, or else you will be registered. And 4, when possible or where possible, teams will not battle the same team multiple times. All right. A lot of that information was pulled from the blog post. So based on the post, we know there will continue to be Tuesday and Thursday cadence. It's likely that the week's battles will be determined by win-loss points and by shadow rank. In the first week, the Immortal Reign battle brackets will have everyone. In either example of best versus worst or most fair, you will see clans currently rank 11 through 20 get put against clans with far less experience, size, and or power. After the first week, we should start seeing clans of similar power competing fair and fairer matches. So basically, you may be matched with teams that are just way better or way worse than you, but as time goes on, this will be more evenly distributed. Based on assumption 1, top 10 clans will compete solely against each other for top spots. It's not a bad idea. The Thursday battle will be composed of the top 5 competing against a rank 6 through 10 in 5 brackets. The winner of each will pair off again on Saturday with the highest ranked clan from the loser group filling in the brackets. And this is what things could look like, a little bit of a visual. So example of the Thursday bracket is right here. We have an example of possible ranking after Thursday battles right here. We have Saturday bracket, for example. And he shared example from a similar Thursday battle and a bracket Saturday bracket from example number 2. Lastly, for the top 10 brackets with 10 clans, according to the Swiss style tournament, ultimate ranking will be completed after the 4th round and week 2, second week. In other tournaments, these competitors would be eliminated from the tournament. It's possible they'll be removed from the top 10 and put into a non-top 10 brackets. This would allow clans ranked 11 through 15 to have an opportunity to move up. This is personal opinion, however. We'll see how that really pans out. Compared to the current map model of Shadow War, this is a marked improvement as after the first few wars, clans will start competing against same-sized clans. Again, I like that portion of this. In the current Shadow War competition, many clans are playing top 10 clans weekly and getting decimated. Similarly, top 10 clans are only competing against non-top 10 until battle after the challenge in of the Immortal. So what he's trying to say there is right now, top 10 clans are not facing competitive matches, and that's not fun for them. They want to face matches that are competitive. And clans that aren't top 10, medium or low tier clans, are getting their butts kicked every single week. This new system should fix that, and I mean, we'll see if that actually does happen as time goes on. At the end of the day, if you want to go over this more in depth, I will be leaving the blog post in the description of this video so you guys can go check it out. Go show some support to Red October. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it valuable. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow in the weekly recap.